afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and another riveting Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Hillside Defender of the Fatherland, your God, Emperor of Mankind, off here to 2 vs 2 on Elst Outskirts. Yes, indeed, it's that place again. There's in the north, we got Kimbo and Stuve fighting here for the Soviet Union, Socialism, Comrade Stalin, and the 2nd Guards Mechanized Corps. Versus in the south, we got Jove and Alastor fighting for the German army. Deutschland, the Groß Deutschland Panzerdivision. And we got motor arm and assault here. Note by the way, both the T-35 bulletins here for doctrines for the rations with either sniper penal troopers or mines and satchel charge bulletins. Versus the Germans with Jägerarme, Spearhead, Lightning War, Luftwaffe, Firestorm, and Spec Ops with all infinite bulletins there for him. In the north, we got Alastor advancing rapidly, going for the fuel point there. In the south, Jove is taking a slightly more relaxed approach here. But Light's going to hit for the southern fuel point. MG42 seems a bit aimless there. And we got double space drive coming up for the Soviets. Rather standard stuff. Their penal tool builds are rather potent. If you can sort of get off a good start, they can overwhelm your opponent very rapidly. In the north, Steel Pioneers push back the Engineers defending the fuel point there, keeping out of the ration hands. In the south, Pioneers are slowly making the advance with the Grenadiers. Before we're going to make more direct push here. Full Grenadiers rushing for the centre victory point there, digging in with sandbags for the fatherland. We got a Kulwagen out here for Alastor, which is interesting against double Soviets. Were more or less made it clear they're going to go for special rifle commands, meaning there's going to be scout cars out, and they're going to rather hard counter the Kubelwagen. So that's a bold move there, I would say, there by Alastor. Very bold move. Holding up around the centre there. In the south, the MD42 is just in time stopping up the Engineers as they go for the fuel point here as well. Nice stop there, nice start. Canadians moving about here. We got the Pioneers holding up here, spotting the Engineers, Scout convoy for Stuve, and Kimbo's yet to go and think probably going to go for an early sniper by the looks of things. That he's just to occupy the things and actually going to go for more penal troopers. So shots are being fired, blood is being spilled, people are dying. Penals are there hot in pursuit of the Fulks because they're forcing them away. We've got more Sturmpanzers coming up to support here to back up with their Sturmgewehrs. In the south here, Jove is slowly moving the machine gun up. Here's the Grenadiers push relentlessly forward. So are the Grenadiers moving up to defend the carve point just a bit. We'll have to see what Jove goes for next here against his opponents. We shall see what he aims for next. Far up here though, Pim's watching straight to the Fulks Grenadiers. Got one more moving in there. And a push for the carve point here by Jove, catching off guard here. Kimbo's Engineers were getting flamethrowers though. Scout on the way there for Kimbo as well. So that's going to be 2 scout cars out. I mean, that Kulwagen is very much going to be toast on his Alastor. Is either really lucky or pulls off some absolutely outstanding moves. Grenadiers successfully managed to cover the carve point. Germans, by the way, have both fuel points for the time being, and they're getting a lot more fuel than opponent. In fact, more or less twice as much fuel. More Grenadiers for Jove, for Alastor, probably more Fulks Grenadiers. Troops there not having the best of time, but Jove's manoeuvres there are having an impact there on the Russian resource situation, which is already looking a bit dim there. Panzer passed off, but high likelihood those Grenadiers get wiped out, but the penal troops in the scout car, there we go. A wipe there for Jove, 240 manpower gone. Bit of a harsh blow there to the German army. Jove is quick to replace his losses in service of Deutschland. Quick push here. Engineers and penals are trying to fall back towards the car point. My Pioneers continue to remain there. He could have maybe laid down some S-mines just to make things extra tricky, but that didn't quite work out there. Going for the fuel point there. Alastor's going to have to counter-attack or do something else. Scout car there being repaired as Stuve gets all of his engineers to work on it. And Grenadiers got the penal troops behind sandbags, so they got the advantage since there's only 2 windows they can fire back. Petrov, get over here, mate! Comrade Stalin forbids more than 1 person in the window. MD42 pushing back the scout car there. More penals on the way there for Stuve. Kimbo, who had yet to go for anything there. We got take up for Joe, very good. And we got more Fulks there for Alastor. Scout car left a smouldering, burning. No, it actually isn't. It's the Kubelwagen that's that. Of course, I should have known. It's never the Kubelwagen that survives with the scout cars on the way. Scout car versus the Grenadiers, quickly falling back, does not want to risk another Panzerfaust. Take their rowing for Alastor as well. That's likely to be the Mechanized Regiment with the looks or something like that. Still doing the cannon units, almost being backed up close here, but the scout car draws most of the fire here, allowing the engineers to get away. They're very close shave there for Kimbo. About to call him Stuve, or Stimbo. Anyways, more pimps from the way there for Kimbo. Got everything that the cannon penal troopers here. Stuve with nothing further there else happening. And Jove got his light to make a nice company up going at the base. We can see the mini-map there with a little shield. As for Alastor, nothing further happening as of yet, but the way he's moving about, again, it is looking like a mechanized regiment to me, though it could be Battle Group headquarters, though. Usually plays it close to the base and looks like he's pulling him back. Might have been a rally point. Yes, indeed, the rally point's there, so that would make sense. It is the mechanized regiment in the end. It looks as if, of course, can be helpful as the heavy penalties were built. Of course, anti-tank rifles making it a bit harder. Theoretically, could have gone for the flag half track instead. Joe going for the 2-2. Joe the suffering heavily, standing just 2 grenadiers again. And we got double scout cars here working together in horrific unison. Trying to wipe out Alastor's forces while they're moving in. There you go, they're blocking the retreat path, giving them more time to run about in the open. And there you go, at least one scout car's going to go down here. Unless, something really bad happens. There you go, down it goes, got too close and shot to bits by the flak emplacements. Owen going to the base here, into the past the pioneers. Forces moving up here, he's going to get a wipe, I think. There we go, pop goes that weasel, does he have enough? No one with Panzerfaust nearby. No one with it nearby. And there you go, down it goes though, down it goes. 2-2 arrives, that's both scout cars down, but they have done grievous harm to the German war effort. Up here, Jove continues to fall away there, holding up the rations, even as Alastor has been utterly round. He's only just one full grenadier squad, the Sturm Pioneers. He's getting looks, but he's barely got anything. He's been shattered. Oh my godness. Triple penalties was there for Stuve. Triple penalties as well for Kimbo, who's going for Guardsman as well. The German situation is looking straight up horrific at the moment. Alastor in particular has seen infinitely better days. It's going to come down, I think, to Joe really just carrying this very hard, at least until Alastor gets back on his feet. So that is going to be one hell of a chance. The harassment's going to do a bit of job, though. If they can slow down the Russian resource flow, they might be able to, catch up again. So that's, I think, definitely the right move there by Jove. Bit risky, but at the same time, if they try to play it safe here, they're going to get absolutely swarmed. And those double scout cars are incredibly potent, in particular as the Orbital Command Western team games like so there can completely disrupt them since they do not have any really good counters to them in the early game. Looks out there for Alastor. More folks goes away for him. Penalty units moving up, and we got their push for the fuel point again, trying to stall, trying to harass, trying to buy more time for them to pull up the vehicle advantage, because that's probably the Germans' best shot. Besides, just possibly Panzer Grenadiers and Orbital down, and those are going to be some time off. But there you go, Joe's going for the Panzer Grenadiers, very good, so good. Penals are hiding out there, but they're taking aircraft from the Volks Grenadiers, and the looks, they might not be able to stall for long. Troops moving up, running into the penal troopers. Intense fighting going on, and he's almost got the fuel point there cut off. There we go, good work by Alastor and the Groß Deutschland Panzerdivision. So named because the division pulled from all across Germany, which initially was actually not the norm. Most divisions actually recruit from a very specific part of Germany. It was only much later in the war when things rather went sour that they began just recruiting wherever they could get them. But before that, because the Germans focused on unit cohesion, they actually preferred recruiting a division from the same area, since that way there'd be more cohesion in the unit. So a little fun note there. S-Man's have to defend the fuel point there, very good. And this is where the Groß Deutschland buck the trend by then recruiting from the best division, men from each division across Germany, forming up Groß Deutschland or Greater Germany. So there you go. Quadruple penalties were there for Stuve. Obviously can't call in Guardsman, that's Kimbo's job here. Gonna be much too exposed, need to retreat here. Panzer's moving forward there for Jove, for the fatherland. Continue fighting up north. It looks to McCann as the swarming hordes from Kimbo, and we got Stuve there taking up, tank going out here. Panzer's pulling apart the penals that backed up by the 2-2. Good work there. We got a Pack 40 as well there. Jove is under no illusion. He's going to probably get hit by some sort of light vehicle soon enough. Alastor is slowly replenishing his losses, going for machine guns to help deal with all this infantry. That is actually a really good idea. Joe, I think, would also benefit from another MD-42 to keep control of this, but until then, Alastor bringing up an MD-34 maybe 2 could be an idea as long as he keeps some infantry about. Oh my god! Another wipe. Oh dear, he is just not having an easy time of it, is he? At this stage, he might be better off for the Luftwaffe or just fast take for Oberstland, just something that does not immediately get wiped by the Russians. Gott im Himmel. But first, MD-34 for out there. We also got the Pack 40 out here for Joe. So how is Alastor going to react to this? How is he going to try and adapt to this utterly horrific situation for him? More Guardsmen out there for Kimbo. That's going to be triple penal troops and double Guardsmen. A very potent force with a lot of firepower. Machine guns could definitely prove helpful. Something exploded as well. Big flank here. Machine guns need to quickly deal with that. Got the MD-34 forcing up to at least deal with parts of it, but it's in a rather poor position to actually deal with it. And the MD-42 is retreating, so that's not going to be immediately assisting anyways. More forces there for Alastor. Pioneers retreating. The German front line is crumbling rapidly in the face of the Russian assault. And there you go. Luke's joining in as well. MG34 repulsed already. Again, that was a poor position there for Alastor to set it up in. Fuel point is being held by a ragged band of grenadiers with a light machine gun. Lots of the tank rides up beyond the vehicles. We got the T-70 out for Stuve. Troops reinforcing, healing, preparing for the next big push to try and reclaim territory for Deutschland. And there you go, Joe's going for the next MD-42, which I think is going to be really crucial in the face of all of this infantry. And then they do lack support weapons. Again, some good machine gun play here could give the Russians a bit of a rough time. So we'll have to see what happens. So it's going to go for more machine guns because, I mean, I'm not entirely sure what he's always going to aim for. Looks almost, or Tibbs almost good to go. Looks going to need some repairs. MD-44 forming up. They're going to need something on the bit of a crater here. Engineers trying to come up for the fuel pump, but they can't. Penal Trooper Horde here. MD-34 setting up. Give them all you got, Otto, but it's an MD-34. Why can't we get the MD-42? Just shut up, Otto, and shoot. Stop asking questions. The Russians don't die to those. Well, if you ask the wrong questions, but that's inside of Russia. Strange enough, never at the front line. So double MD-42s out for Jove as Stuve strikes for the fuel point there. The German situation now been completely reversed, but initially they had most of the map. They now have barely anything left. Now it's the Russians run control. 2-2 Luke's moving in to help assist the Pack 40 against all of this. He's not engaged by heavy autocannon fire. People moving up. They're going to like to have to focus that one down. Infantry support one's falling up here. And Alastor's gone for another MD-34. So that's 2 machine guns for both German players. That's going to be a lot of suppressive firepower deal with a lot of infantry. So that's, I think, a really good choice there by Jove and Alastor. Of course, at the same time, Alastor's going to need a bit more infantry. Now, this is a bit, unfortunate for them. They have been forced into such machine gun heavy antics. But there we go. Might be able to get the T-70 out. Gets away. Close shave there. Close shave. Carb 4 now being secured. Panzer's Luke's moving ahead. Pioneers rushing forwards. And in the east, infantry moving up with the machine gun support there. So many machine guns. And so little infantry left for Alastor. The Germans have just been beaten silly. Victory points wise, the Russians are actually slightly behind the Germans, though that's likely not going to last for much longer. Going for the victory points here, clearing out mines and other things. In some cases, clearing out mines but running into them by accident. German players have yet to choose a doctrine. People's level as the MD-42, quickly suppressed. Got mines around the carve point to help defend that a bit. Oh no, actually looked like it. Maybe it's just sandbags. Alright. See something upstream line in front. Pack 40. Troops being held up. It's going to need more reinforcements there. Continue moving northwards as the Russians drag towards the south. Good play there by Alastor. And we got Kimbo there rushing straight ahead for the mechanized armor company. It's going to be pushing out a T-35. That is going to be really bad news for the Germans. Good play though. Basically one just pushes the light vehicle front and then the other one just moves ahead for the medium armor. In this case the T-35, which is going to be quite a tricky thing to deal with the Germans due to its firepower, but also just durability. And there you go. Machine gun corner here, just holding up the Russian advances. So, where did they get all these machine guns from? It's like they knew how to counter a strategy once we revealed it. Yes, Petro. It's called thinking. You should try it once. And it is moving up and pushing back the engineers. T-70 hanging about there. Veterans who won. Up north we got the troops dealing with the penal troopers. Got Pioneer sneaking in. Need to get some of those machine guns to support the front line here. Slow advance up here with a Pack 40 of the Grenadiers. Others falling back. Joe will likely have to try and take ahead here to bring out some Panzers. Maybe some Sturmgeschütz. And they've almost got a wipe then. One of Kimbo's guardsmen. He's going there for the T-45 here at the 14-minute mark. And we got our cameras out there for Alastor. Very good. Jove taking up as well. Sehr good, sehr good. He might be able to get out of Sturmgeschütz. Still, the Germans are reclaiming some parts of the map here. Thanks again in part just to the number of machine guns they brought up. I found a Maschinengewehr there and one there, and I also found over there. Over there. Yeah, we don't know about these Russians. They can come anywhere. But that's a cupboard. Yes, of course, they can crawl through them. I mean, those walls aren't Russian-proof, are they? They aren't made with asbestos. And we got more T-70s for Stuve, so basically he's just going to try and murder as much infantry as can. They're just laying in hard with it. Probably also going to just stall for the IS-2 then, which again also further indicates again there's clearly a division of between these two players. One goes to the T-70s, trying to put pressure with those. The other moves next step, goes to the medium tanks, further pressure with them, also ensure they don't get hit without medium armor too hard. And then the other chap again then uses the T-70s and the medium armor from his teammate to then pull for the heavy armor. So there's clearly a strategy there going on between these two players. I mean, these are very veteran, teammates in that sense. They play a lot with each other and they are very, very good at what they're doing. Of course, Jove and Alastor also play a lot together. I mean, they also know what they're doing, but of course they got rather hit hard by a very aggressive and I would say very successful sort of strategy, though they are bouncing back again in part thanks to all those machine guns. Stuve close being murdered, T-55 under fire here from the Kednev, and we got the Lukes down. The loss for us. Meanwhile, we got the assault up here, Panzer with his machine guns, T-70s, Pack 40s, all just gunning away. Big assaults, big attacks, big casualties. In the east here, they're reclaiming the eastern or northern side here, I would say more likely. Second Pack 40 out here. Did the Germans expect that? Well, now they are aware there's double T-70s out here. Small chance of getting that one. Actually, that's a reasonably good chance. He's trying to block the T-70 with the 2-2, accepting its losses. There we go, he got it, actually saving the 2-2 in the process. Getting Stuve's T-70. Some really solid play there by Jove. We could see a penal triple wipe as well here. And then rushing in the other T-70. It's also got the machine gun point that way, probably by accident. It's that or Jove's paranoia has gotten out of hand. He's just worried about the Russians appearing from anywhere. But Kedmev's there, not pointing in the right direction. T-70's going to get away there, having done some damage to the 2-2, I believe, is still alive. Impressively enough. Machine gun there hammering away. Veteran E2 to maintain the operation rounds could help out. T-34-85 getting fixed up. And we got the penalties moving about here, going for the munitions there. Sneaking up behind the German lines. Very good move there. More forces there on the way for Alastor. Very good. He's gone for spec up. He's going to rely on the command panther, at least for a brief while. The long term, he's going to need to bring up more stuff. And some orbals will help him out a ton. And this, by the way, leaves only Jove without a doctrine. But he's got the support cop and he goes, well, looks like he was briefly planning the Stuve, but perhaps feels he can get away with the Panzer IV, maybe needs it, hard to say. There we go, machine gun right in the entrance of the base, and it's getting satcheled. Poor Otto gets his face blown off, alongside the rest of his body. We can get a few more kills before they hit the mines. Oh, wow, close. Almost got a wipe there, but also got a kill then. Some poor bastard got close to the mine as well. T-44 hanging back. Another big push here for Stuve, as Jove's front line here has weakened as he's been forced to fall back. Now, of course, it's something that Stuve is more than keen to take forwards advantage of. Engineers being forced to clear out the S-mines. He does have troops nearby to maybe prevent them from being close, but at the same time, they tend to enter the S-mines inert, even then. And for the rhyming, Rifle Grenade here could be useful, except he doesn't have the munitions. Firing around the car point, machine guns still holding back the Russian advance here as Kimbo lays in around the car point. Good play there. Almost got the engineers. Really good teamwork here between both sides, I would say. Normally there's different for one side is good team play and the other one hasn't, but it definitely feels like both Jove and Alastor and Kimbo and Stuve are exercising some reasonably good team play there, if not pretty good. 2-2 once more escapes, so he lives to see another day. Panzer IV moving in, double Kednev on the T-45. Intense stuff. Another T-45 on the way for Kimbo. Alice is not too far from him in the T-45, and Jove is not far off from losing his Panzer IV. Bit of movement there from Alice as Wadsworth will try to extend his influence northwards. Panzer Grenadier setting out. Panzer IV and 2-3 now both in dire need repairs. Repair part needs to have been researched there by Alastor. That is a very good move. He's not far off from the command panther. Big 2 points wise. Actually remains pretty close between the two. Stuve, those forces are a bit beaten silly. He's still going for the T-70s again. He's still just stalling for the IS-2, basically just relying on the cheaper T-70s to keep himself somewhat in the fight until he get the IS-2 out. He might actually want to consider fuel capture too, to A, support him and his teammate more fuel, and of course make it easy for him to go for the IS-2. I mean, he's got a lot of manpower floating about, so I do feel like that'd be a good idea for Stuve. Good engagement here. We got another push here from Stuve. Throwing up Alice's rather extended front line here. Hits. Oh, gets Panther first. Therefore, there with a DP light machine gun. But a massive push here. Well, he might try and go up like Kednevs. I don't think he'll be fast enough. He's going to have to retreat here before they get wiped. We got the Panther moving up from Jove. A valiant effort, but not enough. And there you go. Jove going for the Stuves, which is exactly what the gems are going to need to hold back all these T-45 fires and possibly other nasty things that might be inbound here from the Red Army. Going out the Panther over next to hit him. The T-45 landing off decently. And these being rushed here by numerous penal troopers there. In with a heavy cover, there's just not enough. It's just not enough. 2-2. Oh, Panther blocking the movement. He's going to lose the 2-2 finally. Need to get that Panther. Oh, there we go. Stu can now go in for it to assist if necessary. But wisely considered. Shoots, misses his Sturmgeschütz, and the West here Stuve strikes again with infantry in the T-70. Once more trying to roll up Jove's southern front. Southwestern front. More guards from that for Kimbo, putting up now 3 guard squads and 2 penal troopers. And setting up his rounds, finding up over here from Jove. 2-2 is actually still alive somehow. It's ace level. Jove's got probably more Stuves. As far as he is super close to the Command Panther. He is super close at this stage. It's almost before he could have just checked for a regular Panther would have that sooner. Plus again he could have got Nobelsoldaten. They find that Panther forces a load to Garson backed up with the T4. There you go. Excellent hit there. Excellent hit. Stuve moving up. Panther down to half health. In fact, less than that. Another push here. Stuve is constantly looking for weak spots, and a tank went down, most likely a T-70. Yup, ambush here by the Kednevs, nice work there. We could even see another T-70 going down to the Kednevs. And there you go, double T-70s down with the Kednevs being hit by the Soviet Air Force. Red Army Aviation. Army Aviation takes up both the Kednevs there. Bit of a blow there to Alastor. Pretend the Russians get their hands on them. That's going to be an absolute nut. But at the same time, we got Kimbo striking here, but running into the Command Panther backed up. But the Stuve is going to be a death sentence for the T-45 possibly. There we go, 1 T-45 down here. Nice turnaround here by Alastor and Jove working together in unison for the fatherland. Other T-45 could be able to go down. Panther backed up, but the Command Panther could be a bit of an issue here. Almost got it, but no, it gets away, They do not pursue possibly to fear of mines, which is definitely a worry and valid concern. Still, both of Kednevs have been claimed by Stuve and the Red Army. He is also calling in the IS-2 here for the Soviet Union. Still, Kimbo has taken quite a drubbing there, losing 1 T-45 from the other one, almost knocked out. But he can get another one soon enough. Though, of course, if he had 3, that would have been really bad news for the Germans. On top of that IS-2. Instead, he goes to the issue 5 to now deal with the Panther. Probably a good reaction. IS-2 moving about. Pin mounting being added. Versus the IS-2, though, that's probably going to be in a need for another Stuve there for Jove. Double Sturmgeschütz. And there we go. Jove wisely goes for that. Seems like his slightly bad habit of just trying to stall for the biggest thing. After he's got a bit of armor, it has been beaten out of him, and he realizes he has to go for more Sturmgeschütz. So good read there, good read. Fixing up the Stuve here. Still no doctrine from Jove. And at this stage, it either looks like it's going to, well, any of the 3 essentially, because they're all a late game. I mean, he could go for the air round for the Elephant, he could go for the other 2 for the Tigers, and, you know, anti-tank support. T-4 going in once more, battle ready for the motherland. Command Panther moving up, there we go. Gets off a nice hit there on the T-45 with the high velocity 75 mm gun. More Kednevs out for Alastor. I mean, at this rate, you could easily take up and just go for Obersoldaten and just, you know, get Yak Panthers as well, rather than the other Kednevs. Do risk being a bit vulnerable, as we saw. T-4 rolling in. Finding up north, there's once more tries to possibly make a push there for the fuel. Tech there for Alastor, very good, very good. Second Stuve moving ahead, pin machine gun of course would be a good addition. And Stuve probably wants to support his IS-2 pushes here. There's a bit risky rushing alone, and typically runs into Pack 40 with target weak point. We got air support, we got marked vehicle. There we go, target weak point, IS-2 stand up, right in front of the Stuve here. And the Pack 40, Panther 4 getting better to other Stuve moving up. IS-2 there, almost taking up. We got ace level on the Panther. Almost got the IS-2, but looks like the IS-2 is going to survive it all. Close one there, Stuve couldn't quite hit. They probably could have just gone away with sneaking up there, just firing at the side of it, but oh well. Unit wiped out. He looks like heavy losses there for the Stuve or Kimbo to the Panther 4, possibly both. It looks like Stuve is suffering the heavy infantry losses now. Force of all back, he's like Kevin's moving up. Almost wiped another unit there with the Panther 4. Air support continues to rain, and it looks like the Germans are finally going to lose the southern victory point here to the Red Army. More pioneers for Jove repairs armor, and of course his teammates' armor. Schwerpanzer quarters is going up, very good. Salvaging the Chief at 5s, also very good. And go trying to get that issue 5 through the hedges, but neither side can really seem to shoot through it and hit the other bastard. Doing more T-70s, no attempt to focus on taking out and going for T-35 as well, and there we go. Jove does end up with Jaeger armor, possible for spotting scopes in the Stuves and whatnot, yes indeed. And of course an elephant tank so if that becomes necessary. Victory points wise, the Russians now have the lead over the German army here. Kennedy's moving about, Stuve moving in, veterans who won. Teams moving forward with guard support here, but we got Alastor at the ready for the fatherland. Backed up by an MB-42 from Jove, and of course double getting efforts. Knocking out the HE-5 actually. Ooh, bad luck for Kimbo. Clearly did not anticipate that. In the south though, we got a big push here. These being obliterated. Stuve doing what he can, but on his own it struggles a bit. Here we got the Kedmans backing up as well. He does know that, but as the situation deteriorates, he just pulls back the Sturmgeschütz. Second Stuve moving up. And of course, we got the Ace Pack 40 here, landing off some good hits there. T-centering in on the fuel point. And we even got the command Panther moving. They're going to focus down here, I believe, Stuve, but there you go. Double Kennev moving up, quickly punishing Alastor for previous mistakes. The sins of the past. There you go, straight into the double Stuves and the Ace Pack 41 Stuve was quickly forced to pull back due to the sheer presence like Kennev first. Second Stuve Black Lords had to fall back. Soon we even got Mark Vigo there, Panther 4 moving up, but without anything to quickly silence the Kennev. Doesn't going to last long. 200 points left. Oh dear, it's looking a bit grim here for the Germans. T-34 causing havoc on the flank of Kennev moving up. Panther 4 moving in. Alastor could soon go for Yak Panther, another Panther 4. He couldn't go for try and set up for a Panther. Kimbo with more H-35s. Troops being slowly murdered, and the Red Army just sort of pours through the cracks here. Bit more Russian in the north, I think it would be a good idea for Alastor, just to sort of try and draw away the Russians from the south, and also just maybe slow out some of the bleeding here. More Panzer Grenadiers with Jove, that's definitely going to help a lot versus the infantry. Pack 4 ready to deal with the IS-2 head on. Target weak point here. Oh, he doesn't have the munitions. Stuve going up. There you go. Penetrating hit. Nice hit there. In fact, managed to blind it up. Interestingly, he went for the Stuve there instead of the Pack 4 since that would stun the IS-2, which would, of course, make things so easier. But, oh, wait. IS-2 pushed back. Machine gun wiped out. A blow there to Alastor. Going for another one. He's going for the Yak Panzer. He's going for the Yak Panzer. Clearing that out. 2 moving in. Ace 2 that is, of course. $150 points left for Alastor. double T7 for Stu to back up the IS-2. Stu to everything lining up here. They're fighting here. Garsman being slowly cut to ribbons to defend the cuff point there. And we got Alastor's Jagdpanzer arriving on the scene. Excellent stuff. T-44 moving in. H-5 backing up. In the south here, looks like Jove's ready to begin the assault. Panzer's moving up here on the slightly northern flank of the assault. Pack 42, they're backing it up. Panther 4. And the rest need to get moving in there. But at the same time, seems like trying to support there as well. So Jove is extending a bit. Alastor is suffering a bit there, but he's nonetheless trying to push through there as well. As for Stuve, he's more on the defensive now, not trying to do much else. Jagdpanzer moving a nice hit. Jove's southern assault is encountering some issues due to lack of infantry and other sort of elements. But the Russians haven't pushed off the car point here. Kimbo backing off. And there goes Stuve, pushed back by the IS-2 percent plus. Eventually to Stuve. There we go. Target recon impaired. Can land the hit. Can land it. And there we go. IS-2 stunned. T-7 moving forward into the Panther 4. And there we go. Almost got the IS-2. Almost got the IS-2. Command Panther blitzing forwards. Oh dear, heavy damage there into tank hatches on the Panther 4 6. That Command Panther's caught in it. T-70 almost survives that. Much still. Heavy damage there, and sadly no progress. There you go. Pilms unit wiped out. A small, I guess, victory there for the Germans. T-70 there, though, getting obliterated. Stu with them, I'm a bit overconfident. And there you go. T-70 down, still got Kevin moving up. H-5 moving in as well. There you go. Petsch and Stu kaput. Nine Scheisse. Jagdpanzer moving in there, going for the H-5. He almost taken out, but misses just when it matters. Second shot misses as well. Though right now a lot of this is exposed, so he just keeps over the Jagdpanzer to actually spot this and destroy some very important things for the Russians. But no, he pulls back, missing possibly not enough golden opportunity. The aircraft shot down. There you go, T-5 moving in, moving from the flank there. But moving into the Kednevs and the Jagdpanzer could very well be the distance here for Kimbo's T-45 here. Brutal engagement, there you go. Pop goes that weasel, quick replacing it with another H-35. Heavy bloodshed here between these players. Massive engagements. Joe going for more Panther Force here. Straight to the double Kednevs with his remaining Sturmgeschütz. And Stuve fixing up his eyes too awfully close to the front line. Finding about here. Panther trying to crush some infantry. 31 points left for the Germans though. 31. 29 as the Russians 3-1. This is starting to look pretty horrific. 27. Grenade off. Panther, the Kednevs all pushing the central victory point. It's just going horribly for the Germans. They're forcing some desperate maneuvers there. We got 3 machine guns flying now for Alastor. 3 MG-34s. Not something you see every day. The Kednevs are wiped out by the IS-2. And Panther gains virtually 2 shots and added. H-5 virtually 2 was about to get flanked here by the Panther. Great stuff there for Alastor. At least put another one of Kimbo's tank side mission. Oh no, things just went from positive to horrible as he hits a mine in front of 2 H-5s now. There you go, gets one there, gets one, backed up by the Jagdpanzer. Maybe a small chance of turning things around. Maybe, but he's a good deal of luck. You got the IS-2 moving in. Command Panther in some deep Scheisse. IS-2 gaining H-2, but it's been marked up. It's been marked up. There you go. Command Panther down. Jagdpanzer gains virtually 2. Penetrating hit there on the IS-2 on the rear right as it gets blown up. Panzer Force moving in and backing up. Jagdpanzer against Stuve's IS-2. Armored madness. Can they get it? Shot bouncing. Every shot bounces off the IS-2's armor. Nothing penetrates. Everything fails. Panzer 4, they're being pushed back. Ace level, air support. Obfuscating the German lines. Victory points wise, it's down to 15. And the Ace Panzer 4 went down. A shattering blow to the German army. Going for the center victory point, we got the machine guns covering up. Like Kednevs is blocking. Garsman on the flank move there. Repulsed. More machine guns for Alastor. Joe, I'm not entirely sure what he's going to go for next, but Alastor has been taking brutal losses. The Russians have also suffered somewhat, but they got a victory point each, so they just played smart. They can probably build up another large force and just roll over the enemy. Panzer Grenadiers sneaking ahead here. 2-2 Barway still alive with 23 kills. Numerous of them, I imagine, though, being aircraft. You know, I thought we signed up for reconnaissance, not flak. Well, you know, we gotta take what we take, and, you know, with this, we don't get into the line of fire so much. I think those panzers need to retreat. 2-2 closing on Vet 2. Yak Panzer there is Veteran G2. Grabbing the victory point is, I think, a really good idea. What they can do to stop the bleed that's been imposed upon them by the Russians. Ishvar moving ahead. Yak Panzer moving in to counter that. The IS-2 is once more battle ready here for Stuve. Ooh, Ishvar a bit trouble with the Yak Panzer like Kednapper. Nice hit there. Stuve's getting ready to make another push for the Kedners and the infantry. Yes, Barway teched up, might go for HU5 and T for 5 to back up his IS-2. Definitely a good decision. And we got Jove with the German Maxim now, and we got more Sturmgeschütz. Yes, believe in the power of the Sturmgeschütz, Jove, and it will see you through. Yak Panzer lands a nice penetrating hit there, slowly approaching Veteran 3 thanks to that. Another hit there from the high velocity 75mm cannon. More hits there. Stuve might be more careful there. He is feeding that Yak Panzer up fast. Hitting Veteran 3, that's going to be a bit of a nonsense. It's going to be, well, a lot better in most ways. T-Foot on the way for Stuve. Kimbo's just sticking to the HU5s for now. No T-Foot 5s so fast from him, and he does have the resources for it. He's in fact got plenty of manpower. Machine guns here just laying down a wall of fire, stopping any flank attempt here. There we go, Kimbo going for more T-Foot 5s as well. So what's Alastor going to aim for next? More Yak Panzers? Panthers? Panzer Force Command Panthers? Joe's got his Stug out. Veteran with 3 Panzer Grenadiers, true hero of the fatherland. IS-2 mobilized again, T-Foot ready to back it up here for the motherland. To shatter the fascist, the Hitlerite scum. There you go, pushing forward again. Though unsupported, I think, is getting a bit reckless there by Stuve, to be honest. I mean, if you know, he were to hit a mine, that could very well be game over that IS-2, which is slowly approaching Veterans 3. There you go, flanked by the Yak Panzer. Almost Veteran 3 on that one. Damaged engine on the IS-2, in fact. Chief coming up here. Obliterating parts of Jove's and Alastor's southern flank here. Of course, we got the Ace Pack crew here ready to save the day. Yak Panzer has gained Veteran 3. Panzer Force and Stuks, they're roaming about as well. Farther up north, a bit of movement here, and we got flares off from Alastor. Probably help look for targets. Try to figure out what the Russians are up to. Not a bad idea, not a bad idea. Oh, machine gun crew right there. Could have lost that for Alastor, honestly, one that probably could have been avoided. Trying to keep up on that victory point. Still 15 there for the Russians, down to 180. The Germans have been able to close some of the gap there reasonably swiftly. But they've still got a long way to go. Just anyone looking in a better condition there. Alastor is still suffering from all of those wipes. There guys, 2 goes for it straight hit on the 222. Stuke's moving up here. Shots missing or bouncing off the IS-2. Again, punch their flanking Raketenwerfer. Stuke gets a penetrating hit. Wunderbar, wunderbar, Ludwig. IS-2 sammering with Raketenwerfer, Veteran 3. T-Fin forward moving up here for Stuve. Panther forming impact forward, they're setting up as well. Tag weak point here could be helpful with these odd pop the mission on something else. IS-2 then being pulsed by all of the Stugs and whatnot. Bunkers up here. Possible machine gun or command bunker. And we got airstrafes in again. Up here, looks like Kim's getting ready for some sort of assault. He's going to take a deep flank and get behind. Of course, there's the scrap-hunted quarters. Possibly, though, of course, that could be his target. There we go, going for it with the H5. We got the Jagdpanzer moving in, landing a nice hit in the H5, except it actually wasn't a hit, it was a miss. That one, though, is a hit. On the hit there from the H5, putting him down to less than half health. IS-2 slowly approaching the ace level. Katyusha's on the way for Stuve, not more armor, and for Kimbo, there's not much else happening. They couldn't, of course, go for another T-flop soon. He's flooding a lot of manpower. Caches would be great, and just something with it. Support weapons could also be an idea, maybe some mortars. Mine went off there. Stuve slowly approaching interfere against the IS-2. Very slowly. Ooh, shot bounced. Jagdpanzer there by these veterans. He fought, but it's marked. Command Panther up to below for Alastor, and there you go. Nice hit on that T-55 from the Jagdpanzer, the Panzerjäger Elite, and there you go. Pops that one. Nice work. Renders the point neutrally. There could be a problem for the Germans. They are very close to running out of victory points here. They are very close. Russians down 139. The Jagdpanzer is dealing with anything that tries to do anything silly in front of it. Halfway to Veteran 5 and the ace level. With another MG34 for Alastor. Another MG34. So many MG34s in the War Commander. I don't think I've seen that in some time. Most War Commander best players, truth be told, don't bother with them. Stuve going up. Flank continues to be covered up here. H5 on the way there for Stuve. Kimbo with more H5 tank destroyers. We got attempted to flank. It's certainly getting rather focused around the center, but not really a lot of action happening on the northern half of the map. Oh no, not the Stuve! Not the Stuve! Scheiße! Ah, the Stuve went down! Ah, my god. Gets the T for the fun fact, he gets abandoned. Wow. But a tragic loss of another veteran Stuve and its crew. Ace tank destroyer here sneaking about. Command bunker up there for Jove to maintain his defense here by the southern victory point. Not a bad idea, not a bad idea. Fixing up a T-45. Quickly, Heinz, we have to fix these things. Yeah, but how do we fix this? I'm not entirely sure that anything goes, but just try. The Germans did appropriate a lot of Russian equipment throughout the war to use for themselves. Of course, on sort of paper they only had a max of 300 Russian tanks and all vehicles under use at any time, but of course the reality is most likely some units would just, keep the tanks themselves without reporting it, because obviously they expected to hand it over to High Command and call a lot of it elsewhere, so probably a lot more Russian tanks like they fought under German command. IS-2 thereby gains the ace level. Jagdpanzer against the ace level. Ace Jagdpanzer not something you see every day. Admittedly, also not ace IS-2s, but still. Ace Jagdpanzers are probably rare. And there you go. H5 versus the ace. Tank destroyer there getting blasted apart here. As it just pours in round after round. Center victory point being heavily fought over. T-55 good to go here for Jove. Rocket farmers taking out here. Alastor Sturm Pioneers forcing a hasty retreat up north here. We got Kimbo trying to threaten the flank here. Things are heating up. We got another bunker up here, possibly another command bunker for Joe, or machine gun bunker, hard to say. Grenade off on the cannon there for up here. We got the T-55 with the Stuve moving up here. IS-2 need to be careful against the IS-2, backed up with the H-5. Almost gets it. Pack 45 coming fire there. IS-2 ace almost down, in fact, to the ace pack 40, but it gets away. Big flank here though. No machine guns to cover it up for the time being. Bit of a problem there. But there you go. We got a veteran 4 machine gun holding things up. Inside the opposition rounds could be helpful. T-55 moving up as well. Though it's not fine because it's no alternative infantry. Probably should Opening up to find out all of these bunched up Russian troops, and there you go. Bun grenade off as well. Got him Himmel. Ace machine gun, hero machine gun up there for Alastor. HE5 versus the Ace Jagdpanzer. 15 points versus 112. HE5 moving up there, pretty risky. Jagdpanzer's almost done for. So much of their things need repairs badly. Machine guns coming up here. Nothing happening there. Russians, they'll keep pushing through here. They might want to consider some other paths of attack here. Or at least sneaking up some mortars of the smoke screens to just, help them get further in. And further disrupt the German defences. We do have a mortar out actually, very good, but no smoke. And we got another command bunker up. That is double command bunkers. Wow, you do not see that at all either. Kimbo with triple Su-85 tank destroyers. Outstanding stuff. IS-2 Su-85 moving in here. 96 versus 15. He's being met with a wall of machine gun fire here. Flares off. Stuve being bombarded by the Su-5. Southern flank remains defended. We even got the 2-2 backing out in case of something. Jagdpanzer going for the Su-5, lands a good hit. Command Panther repair, Panther 4 wedding repairs. There we go. Troops rushing to defend victory point there. East Jagdpanzer almost got the Su-5. They got the IS-2. They're bombarding away. 39 kills. Katyusha fire here trying to break up Jove and Alastor's defense here by the center victory point. Southland one just doesn't seem to exist to them. And Kimbo's just got unlocked down because he's attacking from the direction of the northern victory point. Again, they're almost being destroyed. More Katyushas out this time for Kimbo. And a Stücke zu Fuß for Alastor. 15 versus 80. Creeping up on that center victory point. Some artillery would be a good choice. Let me break this out a bit. There you go, southern point still being defended. We got incendiary pins on the MD-42 here. On the Ace machine gun crew there, Stuttgart was halfway down. Command Panther moving up. Veterans U1, H5 there. Moving about between suppressed infantry. There you go, Mark vehicle, double H5's quickly putting the Command Panther in a bad spot. And there you go, T4 versus the IS-2 up close. Penetrating hit from the T-45. Or was it? Oh wait. Quickly falls back here. Kednev is nearby. Stuve's also possibly. And there you go, nice hit on the IS-2. Shot bounce from the T-45. Betty 2 on Jove's the Kednev there. So many Kednevs there, not in the hands of Alastor. Stuve tries here for a kill, but I feel like that's a poor decision there by Jove, and he throws away another Stuve, but he can call in the elephant, and of course he might have just intended to have done that. So he can call in an elephant tank, so to maybe just put an end to that Ace heavy tank from Stuve. Stuge's was fires off. No, that's Katyusha. The Stuge's was is a little bit silent. Units still being obliterated. Of course, still got the command bunker nearby to help reinforce if they have to. Hero machine and they're about to get silenced. They're snuffed out, and we got air support once more from Stuve. Schwab standing about, troops reinforcing healing, and the elephant mobilizes for Jove for the Groß Deutschland here against the 2nd Guards Mechanized Corps. Got that 2-2 acting again as an anti-aircraft gun. 12 vehicle kills. It shot down a lot of Sturmovix. More Katyusha fire. Elephant moving up. Shoots directly at the H-5. Gets a good hit. Sponsors of course the system. He got the command panther backing it up. Units being wiped out here. Not good for the German center victory point. Rendered neutral. 45 versus 15. We got smoke off. We got smoke. Holding the Germans just to get a bit closer to at least contest the point. And now we're going to push here for the northern victory point. Stuve here makes a quick one. Having run the neutral, he might just go for this one that way, try and beat out the Germans. A clever play there, though a bit risky without sufficient support. Of course, the trick is, does he have enough? He got both Katyusha out here for Stuve moving up support as well. Can the Germans muster a counter-attack force even as they're being held down by the centre victory point? That's essentially what Stuve is banking on. That the Germans are so focused on the centre they cannot muster resources for the southern victory point. Machine gun being held force by Kedman there as well. Both points from the neutral. The Germans are down to 13, 12 victory points here. 2-2 finally went down. Almost got the Alastor like Kettenwerfers. Virtually 3 up. Panzer IV moving in like Kettenwerfer. Cleared out. HT5s and all that moving in. Panzer IV blitzing forwards. He's going for the eyes too. Can he get it? Can he get it? Panther blitzing in. Shot bounce. Panther though gets through. Now both the Stuve's Katyushas are out in the open. Easy target. HT5 being flanked here. 1 Katyusha down. 2 Katyusha down. Like Kettenwerfer cleared out. HT5 the next target. Stuve's clever maneuver suddenly got turned against him in a blink of an eye, and he has now seen all of his forces evaporated like dew before the sun. And there goes Stuve, drops out with 6 points left for the Germans. GG, game over. What a hell of a game there, with heavy losses on both sides. And Alastor ends up being the one suffering the most, and he was playing against the Germans and not the Soviets. Crazy amounts of damage as well done by both Alastor and Jove as well. I mean, that was just an insane fight with some really close moments with the Germans. And these looked great, then just things went south for them. Alastor in particular just got brutally beaten silly. They turned around with loads of machine guns, Jagdpanzer, Stugs, and you have whatnot. I think the Russians, to an extent, I think were close to winning, but they just kept focusing on very narrow points of attack rather than broader points of attack, which made it easier for the Germans to defend and hold them off. Also, lack of smoke, I think, could have done, better for them if they had some smoke screens there. Germans could have focused more times in the north as well, but Kimbo at some point did lock that down, so it became a bit harder. But still, an absolutely exciting and amazing match. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. And if you like what I do, you can donate or pledge on Patreon. Links in the video description where you can either donate via PayPal or pledge on Patreon. And of course, you do by subscribe. Click on the bell as well. There's actually get, a notification about it. This is Imperial signing off. Thank you all for joining in, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye.